Going to be making a video today. This is going to be going over installing the tow mirrors on my 06 Dodge Ram Mega Cab. It already has tow mirrors, but one of them's broke on the passenger side, so I'm going to put both driver and passenger mirrors on it. I didn't want like the plastic and stuff on the old ones. It's kind of rough, so you definitely, I think, be able to tell a difference in the new one and the old one. So went ahead and did both, so they look the same. And then these are the speakers, the 6x9s that I'm going to put in the door. They had pretty good reviews. Actually ended up getting these at Walmart. It was cheaper than Crutchfield or places I've seen online. I think these were like 80 bucks. So we're going to put them in. Supposedly they'll fit right in place. We'll find out here in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is pull this interior, the door panel off here. Not a whole lot that holds these on. You got a screw here, screw up here. There's also one back in here on the actual door handle, and then the rest of it, I believe, is just all those pop-in panel pieces. So should pry right out. So anyway, I'll cut back here in a second, start pulling it off. Guys, I'm gonna start moving the screws. These are just Phillips screws that hold these on. I believe this is all one piece. I may be wrong. Seems like it's gonna come out together, so we'll see here. Again, another Phillips here in the middle. And I believe there's a couple here at the bottom. Here we go. Get a smaller screwdriver. All right, got a smaller screwdriver for these little ones on the bottom. Go ahead and get these taken out. So the two Phillips up top, two Phillips down below here. The other one is right here. And I think that should be everything. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything, except the one here holds the door handle on. So kind of what I'm talking about here. I don't know how well you guys can, you can see that up in there. Sun's not really cooperating, but right in there, maybe you guys can see it. I can't really tell. My camera's really not wanting to pick it up. There it is. So I'm gonna go grab a socket that'll fit that, or an Allen. Okay, so it's a T40 is what the center is. I'm not sure what socket is used. And run it all the way out. There's a bolt I'm talking about there. Well, you guys can see that, but yeah, basically goes right in here. Hold your handle in place. Pretty simple. So again, not a whole lot that holds this door on. Got basically your 4 screws. So, and then it should, if I'm right, should be able to pry it from the bottom here, pop up and lift out. So we'll see here. So lift it up. So yeah, lift straight up here. And then around here on the back side, there's the clips here for great. Not exactly what I wanted it to do, but that works. So you got these clips right here. Blue's in the back, yellow's in the front. You unhook those, and then this comes right out. So looks like this one at some point has been taken off before and is broke. And it was glued in place, which we'll see. I may do the same thing. I don't know yet. But yeah, so anyway, this is what I'm talking about when I said lift it up. It's got these little clips right here, so it lifts up. Go ahead and pull the speaker out. Again, these speakers are blown. The mirror, it's got, I think there's 3 bolts. I'll hold the mirror in place here, I believe. So there's a connector here in the middle. You guys can see that. So press that up and just pull your connector out. Might be just 2 that hold that. So I'm gonna go ahead, see if I can find a socket that'll fit these real quick. Pull these off, yank the speaker out, and at that point I should be able to start putting things back together. All right, guys, so there are 3 bolts here to pull off, 3 nuts anyway. They're 10mm. Makes sense, American made truck with metric bolts and nuts. So we'll go ahead and pull these off. Kind of want to watch this mirror here. I don't really want it to fall off, so I'm going to go ahead and back it out. May not take it all the way out. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to hold. And just the bolts, so yeah, just be careful because it is falling out. But, so basically, then just come to the other side. And should, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it's not wanting to come out of there. It's a clip. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see that, but this actually has a clip here that has to be pressed in. So I'm actually going to put the camera down, and I'll have to have 2 sets of hands here, but you can see those clips on either side there. Basically you got to push those in to pull it out. So I'll cut back here in a second once I get it off. So basically what you have to do is push these little clips right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically I push these in. I actually had to use a screwdriver and pry them one at a time, and then it'll pull right out that hole. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the speaker out now, and then we'll start the process of putting stuff back together. All right, guys. So I got the mirror already in place, new bolts, basically shoved it on just like it came off. The one thing that I did change on this mirror, which I'll show you guys, the stock little rubber, whatever you want to call it, foam crap that goes behind the mirror. Here's what came with the mirror. It doesn't really fit real well. I'm sure I could have trimmed it up and made it work, but the one that was actually on the OEM mirror here was a better fit, so I pulled it off of here, and I'm not using the ones that came with it. So other than that, the mirror went right in place, and actually, in my opinion, looks really good. So it looks like the original. Flips up. It's a little stiff, but to be expected. It's new, so flips up just like the others. Pretty clean. So looks a lot better than the broken one that was on there. I got to clean some of this styrofoam crap off of it, but looks good. So back around here to the other side. I've already started pulling the screws out of the speaker. I've got one more left here. There's just 4 screws that hold this in. So I'll go ahead and pull it out. And that'll take care of that. Speaker should pull out. It's got the quick connect here on it. So basically just pull that loose and speaker will come right out. So I'll cut back here in a minute whenever I get ready to solder this onto the new one. Let's see if it fit in there. I think it will. Yeah, it'll go right in there. So fits well. The only thing I may have to do is get that little plastic piece that comes with this. Goes in behind it. So, but that'll fit right in there, just like so. And hopefully it sounds better. So rather than mess around with the quick connect stuff, I'm gonna go look at that. Most likely I'm just going to get the ends and put on here. Usually when I do these, I'll actually solder these wires onto here. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know yet. I may use the piece that this clipped into and solder it to it. So all I have to do is plug that in, but we'll see how that all works here in just a minute. I'll cut back to unboxing it here. The 6x9 speakers. Really hoping these actually fit. If they don't, then I may be doing something different here. Looks like they will though. So here's the new speaker. There's the original OEM. There's a little bit of difference in the magnet clearance, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this over to the truck. One thing that worked out great here, this plastic piece here where these clips are, you can see clip over, that actually, that little plastic ring, sorry, trying to set this up the best way I can here, show it, maybe there. That actually came off the stock speaker and just unclips, pulls off, and fits the speaker perfectly. So that's actually what I'm going to use and get this put in. I'll cut back here in a second whenever I'm messing with the soldering these ends on. Again, what I was kind of talking about, or what I may possibly do, is pull this piece off and actually solder these ends to here, and then I will be able to just plug right in and be done. So I'm gonna go mess with this and kind of see what works. So guys, I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to record this and do it, so I'm just gonna record and show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll do it and show it after. So basically I'm gonna take the original OEM end here and I'm gonna solder it right there, and then I'll be able to plug directly into that. So plan is solder those two ends right on there and be done with it. So I'll cut back when I got this done. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of solder on this bottom piece. See if I can get some of this in there. And then I'm going to try my best here to melt it into it. Like, so if I can ever get it to just stick, okay, so I'm gonna leave that side alone. I've got it to hold, and basically what I'm gonna do is work on this side. So I'm gonna try to do this while he can record, while I'm doing it, I hope. We'll see. Basically just kind of melt some solder over the top of it and down into it there. That actually looks really good there. So I'm gonna come back around on this side, kind of put a little more right along the top of it here. Okay, so that's all there is to that. You guys can see it's pretty solid there. So I'm gonna let that one cool. Basically, when I do the other side, it'll be the same process. And the way this should work, I'll be able to plug my OEM wires right into this and it should work. So I'm gonna go ahead. Feels good there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in, make sure it works, and I'll cut back in a second when I have it mounted. All right, guys, got this one mounted in. Looks good. I'm gonna go ahead here and put the door panel back in place, plug everything in, and go from there. It actually sounds pretty good. It's not a whole lot to show on these speakers. I don't know how well it even show up. These are the way these trucks show up. These are basically bass only. I don't know that I'll keep it that way when I replace the original radio there. So kind of the plan, that'll come out. We put in like a DVD, touchscreen, the whole 9 yards in there. The one I really think I'm leaning towards right now, I believe it's a Kenwood. Can't remember the exact model number. I'll share all that once I finalize what I'm wanting to put in here. But that's what so guys, I was going to end the video on the other side. Did go ahead and start on this side. When I got in here, this is down to the window motor. So those wires have been chewed on. Some of the stuff I noticed, I think there's some other spots here on some of these controls. So at some point, mouse or something has gotten in here. Like I said, I don't know the story on this truck, kind of where it came from or anything, other than it's out of Texas. So, but did get this mirror on this side. So both mirrors are on. They work. All the up and down, all the functions work. So again, I'm going to do basically what they did on these wires and just tape these spots up on these before I put everything back in here, and we'll go from there. And hell, they may have, I don't know if they pinched that at some point. One thing I did notice, these are not the same speakers. This one here, I don't know, this one feels really cheap. It does have like the little Chrysler emblem on it. There is a huge difference in the weight and just the overall. This has got a metal backing. This is all plastic. So I'm guessing this is factory. Just guessing. This one at some point must have been replaced, and they both were shot. This one really sounded like crap. Really, I don't really see anything major with it, but yeah, both of them sounded terrible. So this one here, I'm gonna have to do a little bit different. I'm actually gonna cut this plastic crap off and trim it up. I'm still going to try to use this factory connector. I'm just going to have to change the way I solder it. I may have to maybe use a piece of this, some wire in between or something, but I'll show you guys what I come up with, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, here's a little plastic piece I was talking about on the other side that you just pull off and put on your speaker. So basically this just drops down just like that, and you pull the little clips over top and it snaps right into place with those. So pretty simple. Not a lot to that. So, but I wanted to show it anyway. So now what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do this off camera just because it's kind of hard to hold. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to bend these little, I'm going to clip these the rest of the way off because I think I can bend these little tabs down. And I'm going to solder. Oops, sorry guys, I wasn't paying attention where the camera was. I'm going to solder those basically just like that and into place. So again, this is the one, I just cut this off. I'm going to take a file to it and clean up this top piece here. Try to get that off and that off the bottom so it's a little cleaner, and then solder it in place. So I'll cut back when I get this one finished up. So yeah, kind of by doing this, I can basically just plug that right into the factory and screw it back into place, and we're done. So one thing to note is just make sure when you guys do this, give yourself enough room between there. You can see the thickness of the door panel. The other side was a little tight, but it went on fine. This one I may have to push that up a little bit. I don't think so. I got plenty of clearance there. So again, if anybody has any questions on any of this, feel free to ask. All right, guys. Oh, you guys can see that, but got her soldered here and soldered here. Took a file, tried to clean this up the best I could, make it look just like the original, or like the other side. So, all right, guys, going to give you guys a little sound bite what these speakers sound like. Again, I really don't know what the stock ones sounded like new. The ones I had in the truck were blown. So, but I actually really like these. They sound really good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on for just a second here and let you guys hear it.
Yeah, you should really turn this up. Bridget King's Highway. As loud as possible. That's what I'm talking about. Go shine my shit up. Bridget King's Highway.
So anyway, guys, that's just a little sample. I don't know how well it's going to sound over the camera, but again, finally I'm going to finish this video. I think I've said this like 10 different times today, so I'll have to edit all that out. But again, thank you guys for watching. I would really love if you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys want any more Mega Cab content, there's going to be more to come. I've got some other things planned for this truck, so yeah, hit that subscribe button, share, like. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Thanks again.